Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros MLB. This is Leading Off Live, brought to you by Bet365. Bet $5. Get 150 in bonus bets when you do, but only when you use the promo code. And that promo code is what? It's Leading Off. It's me, Joey P. That's the Welsh. And it's you, the Peanuts, the Cracker Jacks. It's a fun Friday. And I do mean fun. Welsh let me hear the song that he had made up for the show via AI. I had to say AI has come a long way in a year, Welsh. And we have something in the works that's going to be, I think, very, very special and well-liked by all of our crew here, our Peanuts and our Cracker Jacks. Welsh, this was absolutely hilarious. I would say the style is definitely 90s sitcom theme song, and I think that feels about right. It's very TGIF feeling to me.
I am going to have done the best AI work of anybody in this company with what you guys are going to
get. Talk about initiatives.
Initiatives, exactly. This is the initiative. I created a banger. I created clicks on Spotify. I will tell you this, though. People don't know quite what we're talking about. Like I said, this is hopefully going to come next week. I did start my process with trying to get Birds on Parade made, but AI didn't like that I would use Rage. Then I have one also out there, Joe, I called it psychedelic progressive, psychedelic progressive rock of Joe and I. It's pretty good. It's kind of crazy. This though, really is going to be great. So tune in next week, because hopefully we will be able to present this to you guys next week. I don't know. It might be your summer jam.
Project. It might be Michael's. If I know Michael, this is going to be his personal summer, weekend project. He's gonna take this on, and it's going to be pretty hilarious.
The summer jam of 2024 is coming next week right here on the channel.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. In the meantime, let's get to the headlines. Corey Seager, not good. Well, scratch Thursday, yesterday, hamstring tightness. I don't know how many times we have to be beat over the head with Corey Seager's injuries to just understand what he is. And it's frustrating. He's a very good player, better player than his brother was. I think we could all say that. But a player that I think if you look back at his career, when he came up with the Dodgers, everybody was so excited. And then they got sour. And then he broke out and everyone got so excited. And then injuries, then renewed sense of confidence after an incredible season, last year, but also dealt with injuries. There is no such version of Corey Seager that is never going to be healthy and play 160 games. Like that does not exist with him. But it's really frustrating because he is such a good player. And I feel like we're missing out on Major League Baseball is missing out on a guy that's really talented, but we just can't get a healthy version of him for long enough of a season where he could make a realistic MVP run.
I mean, he kind of had that last year, but you know what?
He still missed time last year too. Believe me, I had him in a couple leagues.
Everything you just said. Yeah. Cut and go and paste that on every freaking player right now. Acuna, Ohtani with the arm injury. Every guy is getting hurt left and right. It's how many players are really free of this? Like, man, we're just getting these seasons taken away from us. I agree. Corey Seager's maybe like a tiny bit more. And Corey Seager's career is kind of altered like 4 or 5 years ago when he really started taking the ability to hit the ball really hard. Like he prioritized hitting the ball really hard. That kind of ramped up his career, but it also might have potentially ramped up some of the injuries. We don't have the data. We probably will never know, but we do know not that hamstring has anything to do with this, but we know there's correlations with bat speed and rib and oblique injuries.
I feel like we started putting that together. We're like, hey, what's kind of interesting? This stat came about, and all of a sudden, this injury came about right around the same time at an absolutely dramatic rate. And
maybe there was something. Maybe before that, it was a little bit of more of a longer swing, and then he prioritized, take that bat speed, which is going to help you hit the ball harder, and then maybe it just worn down your body. We'll never know. Yeah, we can keep having those. I'm still optimistic about Corey Seager, long career ahead. Yeah, you probably just need to, as all these guys, got to kind of just build in the time. How many years did it take us to fully build in? Oh yeah, Buxton's going to just miss all of this time. And then he kind of became not a good player. Those are the things that we have to not wash from our brains after 50 really good games to end a year. And we go into a new season, Welsh, me, and we're like, oh, it's going to be amazing. Jacob deGrom, you have to build that in. Even when people are telling you, hey, this guy is going to be, 15 overall because of his talent. But if we know they're going to miss 30 games, like Mike Trout was given that barrier this year, and it still backfired. Corey Seager could be one of those players in the near future. I think he should hit the IL after this. They waited this out. They let him sit. He redid the hamstring thing. Let him sit for like 2 weeks. Get yourself right. Stop pushing this if he's going to keep sitting. I don't know if they will, but that would be my assumption. And Josh Young just started a rehab assignment, I think, yesterday.
So yeah.
That can be maybe an improvement to your lineup here shortly.
And look, maybe they put Seager on the IL if Young comes back. Like, who knows? I give the Rangers a lot of credit. They overpaid for Semien. They overpaid for Seager. They went after it. They were aggressive last year with Scherzer and all that, and they got a championship. And the organization's never done that. So I give them all the credit. Yeah. After this year, though, they have to take a hard look. And DeGrom, too. Let's not forget they were aggressive. So not every move worked out for them, but they were super aggressive. And if you're that fan base, you got to be super excited about what the Rangers did last year and the last few years to make them relevant. New ballpark, big stars, all that stuff. But after this year, I could see a bloodletting in that organization of massive, massive rebuild coming. I'm just saying, don't be shocked, because between DeGrom, between Scherzer, Seager, and Semien, if things go wrong in 2025 for them halfway through, I could see them being massive sellers potentially. I don't know how or what that's going to look like, but we'll see. Sabo's Goggle says, Happy Father's Day. Thank you, Sabo. Same to you. My kid's paper at school said he loves me more than Legos. That's not true. Your kid's lying. He just wants you to buy him something. That's or she. No, I mean, Legos are amazing. As good as parents as we might be, I don't know if we're ever being better than Legos. Brandon Pfaadt, stop me if you heard this one before, struck out 8 Angels yesterday in 6 innings. The Pfaadt has been fantastic, and fantastic with a PF, by the way. That's how you spell fantastic when it comes to Brandon Pfaadt. Julio Rodriguez. I want to talk about this for a second. Game-tying homer in the 9th. He was holding the trident yesterday, and it was very exciting. Some Funyun on the YouTube comments I saw. Some Funyun wrote about, you guys screwed me between Corbin Carroll and Julio Rodriguez. And I wrote back to him, I didn't realize the season was 2 months long. That's what I didn't realize. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that all the season is over already. Meanwhile, both those guys are picking it up in June. So
did he get both of those guys? How did he get both of them?
I don't know. Luck, but I mean, that's a pretty good scenario. That's a pretty good scenario. Yeah, I know it's been a rough 2 months. I get it. But come on, bro. Come on.
I actually kind of like the idea. I like the idea of somebody going into the comments and being like, you screwed us. Like we were the only ones that, I mean, obviously I'm a Corbin Carroll homer, but we're the only Corbin Carroll Julio ones. Listen, I had an opportunity to go and get Jordan Alvarez and you screwed me.
You guys suck. Whatever. I mean, don't watch the show. I don't care.
I like that guy.
I'm the only person I was like, I don't care if you don't care. I'm here for Welsh, and Welsh is here for me. If you're here for us, we're here for you. That's your moment of zen. Okay? That's your moment of zen today. You like that? By the way, who's rocking the better beard, me or the Welsh?
Oh,
that's what Mike wants to know.
Nah, that's not a thing. I mean, I think because I don't have it all the time.
Your side. You even have
I have bad. I don't have good.
No, you got the patchy sides now.
That's why my wife doesn't like it. She doesn't like it because I'm thinking about shaving it
that time where you let it grow all the way. I think it looked very sexy. I think you looked very good there.
Yeah, but see, a week and a half goes by and she's already like, "Hey, you should probably shave that." And I'm like, "I should."
Whips is saying these aren't beards. They're beards. They're just not Derek Brown beards where I have to comb it before I go outside. Let's talk about Garrett Crochet from yesterday. 13 Ks for him. He is, if that's not the please get me out of there start, I don't know what is, Welsh.
Yeah, but it's funny because we have my boy Luis Heel pitching today. We had Crochet yesterday. I don't really recall having this many, or especially this dominant of a couple pitchers that are just facing this huge wall in front of them of potential shutdown. And more than anything else, Crochet being this trade target, the White Sox looking like we're going to talk about the White Sox in a second too. The White Sox are going to trade off all these guys. Garrett Crochet right now has one of the best expected ERAs in baseball at 2.35, almost a full run lower than his 3.16, 35.7% K percentage, one of the best in baseball with a 5.8 walk rate. All of those things say those are elite numbers. He also is giving up some of the lowest expected batting average to hitters. His stuff has been dominant, but he's on one of the worst teams.
Yeah,
and he might be shut down for innings. What do you do with that? What do you do with those innings?
So that's the hard part. Look, I don't know, but here's the thing. Last 3 games, 19 innings. We still got 1 win to show for this, by the way. A 1.42 ERA, a 7.9 whip, 0.79. 31 strikeouts, 5 walks. Now, look, yesterday's outing certainly went a long way to make that look really good, but still. That's really good. JD Martinez at a game-winning homer yesterday. Yay, Luis Severino. Good. Trade everybody. Trade them all. Trade them all. Luis Severino was good too. 1 run in 6 innings. It was against the Marlins, so they got too excited. Taj Bradley. 11 strikeouts for Taj Bradley. You know, going into the season, well, I was very pro Taj Bradley. You know that. And then unfortunately, he had the injury to start the year. And I think we were pretty supportive of him. Now, I think there's still going to be the peaks and valleys, but this was a really good moment yesterday for Taj Bradley. One that I hope they can build on and start to be confident in, because I can see a scenario where down the stretch, Taj Bradley making himself into a pitcher next year that we're going to be very aggressive on in 2025. I could see that being July, August, September for him.
I love Taj Bradley. We actually had this guy ask us a question yesterday about Pfaadt and Bradley.
Well, and he ignored us because we're stupid.
Yeah, I actually love that. Like, I was like, I'm gonna go Pfaadt, and then he's like, later, I was like, oh wow, Bradley was so good. And he's like, yeah, I just didn't do your advice. But here's one of the deals. Why ask us? But here's one of the deals.
Well, rest of season, I think Pfaadt is an interest. Like, again, rest of season is a different thing than today. You know what I mean? Like, do you start Taj Bradley today? Yeah.
Well, okay. I guess I didn't read it as a today. Like today, it was just Pfaadt. Bradley had
it was a rest of season question. I think that's why we answered the way it was, because we're just not sure.
But also, Bradley's there's a lot of underlying stuff. I was just doing this like just the other day about Bradley. The K numbers are always great, but Tampa Bay has been kind of a disaster. But he has a worse expected ERA than his actual. That's not great. The walk rate isn't anything bad. Strikeout rate's really good, but 14% barrel rate that he's giving up right now, and huge hard hit, almost 92 average EV, 116 overall. And I don't know, I want to take a look to see if it'll pop up here. But if you go, I guess it's not going to for me, but I'm going to guess he's probably kind of lucky on the BABIP. And here's the thing I really don't like: a 300 batting average against his fastballs he's giving up. And it is an expected batting average that is worse. But there are great whiff numbers. The other 3 pitches he throws have a 30% whiff rate. I just think it's kind of actually Blake Snellian, if you will, where it's like, I think there's going to be some games where there's blow up.
Is that
so
like
the underlying
the baseball version of Orwellian? That's like, it's quite Snellian.
Blake Snellian, well, there's big whiff numbers, but I don't know if I think there's going to be some bad games intertwined.
I do think there's peaks and valleys, but I could also see a path where, things start to click, because we've seen that sometimes.
Well, they are.
Guys. Yeah, and the Rays are always one of those organizations you always believe in. Taj Bradley or Pepio rest of season? This one's from John in the chat. Johnny Taylor.
I mean, I'm not looking at Pepio's numbers. I still kind of lean like.
I lean Pepio, but it's close.
I lean Pepio.
I mean, I don't want to live in the prisoner of yesterday necessarily, but it's definitely worth the question there. Yeah, Joe Ryan, also 2 runs, 7 innings for him. Another win over the A's, so we got that right. Again, just beat up on the A's, folks. All right, we got to talk about this because it's fun. Now, Welsh has a video to show everybody.
I'm going to pull it up.
And when he has this video, we'll take a look at it, because he was down at the Complex League getting to see Eloy Jimenez yesterday, who did hit a home run yesterday. But he also hit a double. But the video, Welsh, I think the crux of this is running around the bases, which is not the greatest situation here. And
so
lucky for him, he did not hit a cycle, because that would have been a lot more running. But you could listen to the cycle every single Thursday. It comes out there. They record it. Drops over the weekend. You can listen to an hour-long Fantasy Baseball. Mike Mayer holding down the fort with Kelly Kirby. It's been fantastic there. So we're going to take a look at this video. And Welsh, why don't you walk us through this?
So Eloy, I saw him the other day when Tommy Pham and Andrew Benintendi were rehabbing, and I actually asked him, was he getting in games soon? And he's like, yep. And then boom, here we go. So he gets out there. He came out early. He's DHing in this game. Fun fact, Tommy Pham was actually in the lineup card, but then I think is being activated today, so he did not play in the game. Mm-hmm. So I want to also remind everybody, I have a Luis Robert video. His first game back, hits a homer. It got on, what was it? The NBC coverage
MLB network.
Yeah. All the things are taking it, and it did pretty decent Twitter numbers. The video you're about to see has far surpassed all of those numbers in roughly 12 hours because of what you're about to see. Eloy Jimenez, this is about the 4th pitch in the at-bat. He smacks a double, and then for the video people here, this is really important to watch how he runs, and the comment section is a disaster. So here's Eloy.
There he goes. Yeah, he is running like Miguel Cabrera 5 years from now at a softball game. And he misses first base too. So you can watch it again here, the video. He misses first base. Now I know on the audio side, for those people listening to the podcast, you can't see this, but go to the YouTube channel and watch. But to say he is running gingerly, and there he is missing first base there as well.
He kind of maybe nicks it, but I didn't notice it. Everybody started with that. But this run right here has really big, like advanced level softball vibes, dad's softball vibes that are going on. Vibes.
This is, I hit the ball in the gap, son, and I'm going to just make sure that I'm able to go to work and stand up on Monday. That's
Look at that running. I mean, Bogman's outrunning him to second. I'm outrunning him to second.
Can you play it again in like fast motion?
Actually, I wish I could. Can you speed these up? Let's see. Oh wait, we can.
There you go. There you go. So all the way to first base. So look, yeah, troubling. I think
he's so fast.
Actually, we want to do it again. No, do it again. Now they have the thing on. Ready? 3, 2. He still looks slow. That's the amazing thing, is he still looks slow going on the edge there. He's still slow. No matter what you do, it's still slow, which is unbelievable. Yeah, you know, Jackson Holloway's like, oh boy, I think it's like, why are you guys being so mean? Stop picking on him. He's a nice fella. You know, oh Jackson.
I'm telling you, man. I didn't even notice it until this morning, but it's like, again, like anything I do, viral is very like subjective with me, but it's like 500,000 views in like whatever, 12 hours. And all people are talking about is how he's running and how good he doesn't look and how bad the running looks right now. So Eloy Jimenez
it does have a like, I have to run to the restroom, like I just ate a whole like fajita bowl or something.
Yeah, you don't want to extend your legs too far.
And look, maybe that's what the case. Maybe we're overreacting. Maybe that's exactly what happened. We're just
had to go potty. Demias says he runs like Babe Ruth, which actually is pretty
he does when you want. Everybody loves like Babe Ruth when you speed up the film. That's what everybody looks like.
Oh, Eloy.
Goodness gracious. Nolan Gorman. This is also for fun. 0 for 4. He's now 3 for 31 over his last 8 games. So remember that hot streak 2 weeks ago? Yeah. And nobody else is going to. You missed the window. He's back down to 215, 297, 463. I'm sorry. I'm here to help everybody. I'm doing my best to help everybody. You got to sell Nolan Gorman whenever he has that 1 or 2 hot streaks a year. I just move on. He is not great. Okay. Aaron Judge struck out all 4 times. Not a good outing for Aaron Judge there. So his 37 on game base streak, on base game streak. That's what I meant to say, is gone. You know what else is gone? Alex Kirilloff down to AAA. Austin Martin gets the call. So there you go. Between Kirilloff and Max Kepler, man, the Twins are desperate for some help in that offense. I mean, Royce Lewis being back is great. Buxton's hitting a little bit, but geez, man.
You want to know what? They got it. They've got it in the minors besides Austin Martin if they wanted to go there.
To where? I mean, Wallner, how's Wallner been? I don't know how he's been hitting.
No, it's not guys like Wallner.
But look, Kirilloff, I think, can we call Kirilloff a bust now officially? Like, is that over? Yeah. Are we done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Remember Trevor Larnach?
Yeah, I was the biggest Alex Kirilloff fan on the planet. I got to interview him on Prospect One. I love his dad is a hitting coach. Like I loved everything about Kirilloff. It's a bust, but they've got Brooks Lee at AAA, who's not an outfielder, but an infielder who's back healthy, just hit his first homer yesterday. That's a guy that could come up in the near future. And the problem with this guy, you want to talk about the Corey Seagers of the world, Emmanuel Rodriguez, who's at AA, is one of the most exciting prospects in the minor leagues. He's got this the great kind of like wandery helicopter type swing, huge power, great OBP numbers. He's running, but he's just always hurt. But he's at AA. He just got hurt again. That would be a guy, if healthy, that could come up. But just saying is like they've got some bullets down at the bottom the next 2 levels of the minors. If they wanted to start making some moves, it would start with Brooks Lee, though. But again, that doesn't help the outfield, which continuously is a problem.
Look, if I'm the Twins, I'm aggressive again in the trade market. I'm looking for bats. I'm looking for help. You have to be right now. You have Joe Ryan. You have Pablo Lopez. You have 2 guys at the top of that rotation that are really good. You have a budding superstar in Royce Lewis. Give him some help. Go be aggressive. Mike, by the way, in the chat, this is look at this. Nice comments. What's great about this show is you get more information and advice in 30 minutes than some other shows don't deliver in almost 2 hours. You're right. And imagine all the stupid we do in between. I mean, that's really saying something.
Yeah, we just played a Eloy video
I just played a kazoo. The Mets, by the way. Did you hear this yesterday? Brett Baty was playing second base yesterday in AAA. I think Jeff McNeil's papers see bye. See, McNeil goes, Alonso goes.
Be a Luis Angel Acuna too. You might see in the near future.
Maybe. We'll see. He's got to start hitting better. Stealing bases, but hitting not so much. Is hitting Wyatt Langford. Oh, I love this one. Still plus 3,400, I think, for rookie of the year.
How many homers you got?
I don't care. He drove in runs yesterday, 2 against the Dodgers.
Runs.
It's okay. Everybody made fun of Gunnar Henderson last year too. Everybody made people were dropping him. They could not sustain Gunnar Henderson anymore. Just watch.
Wyatt's got 1 homer on the season, by the way, if you were wondering the real answer.
He also played like 10 games. Like, what are we doing here? How many games?
Got 164 at bats with 1 homer.
Right, that's fine. It's
5%.
Not that many. It's not
38% hard hit.
What were the first 100 at bats for Gunnar Henderson last year?
More homers.
Really? Not many more. Batting average was about the same. I remember.
No, his batting average stunk. He's absolutely okay. So hold on, splits. And then 2,000, zones.
And
zones
carry the 1. All right, well, you do that. I'm going to do 3 up and 3 down. Christian Walker drove in 4 runs, homering twice. Carlos Correa, still red hot. He had a great day yesterday, and then 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 3 RBI. Reynaldo Lopez continues to be awesome for the Braves. What a magical addition he's been. Against the Orioles yesterday, 6 shutout innings for him. Struck out 8 guys. 3 down. Griffin Canning, 4 runs in 6 innings. Luis Medina, 4 runs in 5 innings. And Aaron Nola, so much for the under. 8 runs in 3 2/3. Way to go, Aaron. Way to go, Aaron.
Worst day. All right. So last year, Gunnar hit $197 in April, 2 homers. He hit 213 in May, 3 more homers. So going into
5
June,
homers, and he hit $190 something.
And then he hit 320 in the month of June with 6 homers in that month. So he left June with 11 home runs. He had a stolen base every single month. So 5 stolen bases, 11 homers after 1 month of being well.
I don't care if the homer wasn't inside the park. I don't care. Just keep hitting baseball.
Oh yeah, it was inside the park.
Keep making good contact. That's it. That's all I want you to do. Injuries. Bobby Miller gave up 5 runs in 4 2/3. In AAA, not good. Clayton Kershaw threw a simulated game. Trey Turner is running 100% yesterday. That's great.
Yeah, you saw charged up.
Who's not running 100%? Eloy Jimenez. Orioles prospect Kobe Mayo is beginning his rehab start. Actually, he began it yesterday, I should say. Pardon me, which is great. So rehabbing in high.
You know who's doing today? This is a big one. I just saw this morning. Ricky Tiedemann is starting up a rehab assignment in the Florida Complex League today. So he's going to throw. That's a huge sign for the Tiedemann. If he can get to the healthy, maybe would be somebody after the All-Star game that they might consider bringing up. And if Tiedemann can get up to the majors and keep that arm healthy, he is someone we're going to want to pay attention to. So it's not a stash yet. It's going to be a little bit, but Tiedemann on his way back is a big sign. Big sign.
All right. I'll believe it when I see it. Steven Matz returning from lower back strain. He threw 50 pitches yesterday in AA. And Kodai Senga Welsh had his bullpen session on Wednesday. Everything went well. He's expected to have 2 more before facing live hitters. That was Kodai Senga news there. So that is your injury notes coming into the weekend. And it's Fun Friday, which means it's time for Friday's Best Bets
of the day
with Joey P and the Welsh. Make sure you place those bets at bet365. Bet $5, get 150 in bonus bets when you use the promo code leading off. 18 or over in Kentucky. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. Terms and conditions apply. I always want to do that really fast, like that guy from the 80s, John Machida, I think his name is. The guy who's the Micro Machines guy. Remember the Micro Machines guy? He's talking really fast. Really fast all the time. He was like,
God, I loved Micro Machines. By the way,
I didn't have Micro. I was a little too old for Micro Machines.
Oh, really?
You were in the.
You were born in the 50s. Yeah,
you were like, yeah, born in the 50s. Ass. No, it was Micro Machines and Ninja Turtles. Like that was. I was already phased out.
I had.
You're a couple years younger, so like you're right there. I was more He-Man and GI Joe and Transformers.
My early years were definitely Micro Machines. I had the big truck that spit out the pizzas and the Ninja Turtles, and then I was always an X-Men kid, so I moved on to X-Men. I was never like a big GI Joe guy.
Yes, I was big in G.I. Joe. I mean,
Go
of course
Power Rangers.
All right, I am going Oppo today because yesterday everything that made sense didn't.
Oh.
So it's time to go away from the logic. So I'm going to go with Boston on the money line against the Yankees. So I guess Aaron Judge, he's now stone cold after going 0 for 4 yesterday with 4 Ks. Heels on the mound, right? He's been great, right? So it should be an easy Yankee win. But I don't care. I'm going with the Red Sox on the money line plus 150. Let's go. I am going to spite bet this one today too. Like I want to see Heel look pedestrian and then everybody lose their mind and come back here on Monday. That's what I'm rooting for, Welsh.
I can't stand you.
Bad things to happen, but I'm the Loki of fantasy sports and I love chaos and I just think it'll be really fun. Atlanta on the run line minus 1.5 at plus 105. Got Chris Sale on the mound against Tampa. I love this one. You've seen Matt Olson start to hit a little bit. That's a good thing. So Atlanta's starting to pick themselves up and dust themselves off a little bit, which is good. And even though it's on the road for the Detroit Tigers, give me the Tigers on the money line. Minus 105 against Houston. I know it's a tough team, but you know who else is tough? Skubal. And he's on the mound today. And Kyle Tucker is still out of this lineup. So give me Skubal while the Houston Astros are down. So again, Detroit on the money line, Atlanta on the run line, and the Boston Red Sox, my chaos bet of the day. Welsh, what do you have for the people on Friday?
Yeah, I got waxed yesterday.
You and me both, sister.
It was bad. So today, I'm going to go right back at it. I'm going to attack everything as I usually would. I'm not going to play any big pivots. I do like a no-run first inning. My no-run first inning yesterday, even though they didn't give up runs for then like the next 3 or 4 innings, but it was no good for Cole Irvin. I'm going to go back to it, and I'm going to go like Freddie Peralta, Hunter Green, Cincinnati, Milwaukee, no run first inning. It's around minus 140. It's the one I really like today for both of those guys. Both teams, too, in the bottom half of scoring in the first inning overall. Then you got both of these pitchers on the mound. So I like that one. You mentioned Atlanta. Atlanta, Tampa Bay, first 5 under. It's 4.5 runs. I'm going under that through the first 5 innings at minus 120. I think Sale's going to dominate. Littell is actually decent, but I think this could be a 3-0 Atlanta lead after 5 innings. And that might be another good reason to play Atlanta on the run line through the first 5. You are taking Boston. I'm going to pair the New York Yankees money line with Atlanta's money line, and I'm going a couple units on that one. Chris Sale, Luis Heel, plus 144. Okay. Those are my bets today. Get me back up.
There you go. Get them back up, folks. Come on. It's time to rise from the ashes. And of course, you can go download the Betting Pros app. Start betting smarter, not harder. Use the prop bet cheat sheet. Use the analyzer. Use all the tools at Betting Pros to make you more successful, better, because certainly we could have used them yesterday a little bit more. We should have stopped going on our instincts and use the machines.
Yeah, don't go on your process. Get rid of your process.
Forget your process. Go listen to Betting Pros. Again, that's the best bets of the day with Joey P and the Welsh for Fun Friday. All right, Welsh, this is interesting. Fred Dinger in the chat here was saying something, and I'm trying to find it. Blue Jays are asking season ticket holders to renew by July 22nd, 8 days before the deadline.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, I think it tells you what the Blue Jays plans are, Welsh.
Blatty daddy, go bye-bye.
By the way, I was doing some research for the Sunday show on Sports Grid. For those of you who don't know, if you watch Sports Grid TV, every Sunday I'm out there from 9 to 11 doing 2 hours of baseball and fun. Yeah, we work every holiday pretty much. But I was doing a little Splitsville, and Kevin Gossman this year on the road, 1.86 ERA, 0.96 WHIP. You know what his home ERA is this year? You want to take a guess?
Give me the road again.
On the road, 1.86 ERA, 0.96 WHIP.
Yeah, it's gonna be not good because he's got some bad numbers. I'm gonna guess like a 0.1 or a 1.5 WHIP and like a 7 ERA on the road.
You're close. 6.68 ERA, a 1.61 WHIP. So
yeah.
You are very good.
That's so weird too, because that's not a really great hitting environment at home.
I know it's very weird. It's very off trend. So I don't know, problems at home. I don't know what's going on.
You know what's so weird is
I have no idea. Like
I don't even think I've like got it in my brain yet that we are close to getting into just trade speculation month. You know what I mean? Like when you're getting to you're going to start getting that where it's like, there are going to be more rumors. We know there was an announcement, I think yesterday, but like a tweet that there are 6 teams that are currently in on Luis Robert. One interesting one was the Kansas City Royals on who's going to pay that package as he then hits a homer last night. But we are in that space where teams are going to start kind of letting go. They're going to start moving players, and we are going to have to get into really heavy speculation. I'm kind of excited about that. That's always fun, but I don't know. Vlad might be on the move. Robert's definitely going to be on the move. And
I mean, this guy, Vlad Guerrero, look at me, talk about the ledge. Again, I'm still there. I'm not, this is just kindness at this point. Oh, no good, no bueno. I need
you know what I just thought about?
What's that?
I just thought about this. What if our home run contest is like the Madden curse? It was all Corbin Carroll last year. And then we have Vlad this year, and he gets okay, that's true. But then the next year he stinks.
Amazing.
But if Vlad gets traded, we traded him because we put him as the feature on the home run thing. I mean, I guess
if Vlad gets traded, he has a great second half, then you can thank us. I think that's what it is. It's like the not curse, it's the blessing.
But then the next year is bad. So Vlad is not. What if he gets traded to like a bad environment?
I don't know. Well, it's again, I didn't know the season was 2 months long. That's what I didn't know.
All right, well, the YouTube comments tells me it is. So I don't know what to tell you.
All right, I'm just riding the hot hand here. Royce Lewis through the weekend. He's got some good matchups. Just hope he plays all 3 games, because if he doesn't, that's going to hurt me. So Royce Lewis, please hit me some home runs. I'd like 2. I need 2. I need to move to the other side of the board. Welsh, where are you going with your home run call?
Give me some Matt Olson today. I'm back in the Braves.
I almost took Matt Olson. That was my number 2. There you go.
Yeah, so if I'm going to back the Braves and some bets, let's back some Matt Olson. Let's get me on the board. Joey might be falling off. Might be.
I am stone cold. By the way, McCaffrey on the Madden cover, Welsh. How do you feel about that?
I'm fine. I think someone was doing.
You sound like Ross from Friends.
Someone was talking about that curse has been kind of like 3 or 4 years, not really like living up to its previous hype, where every player would be destroyed after.
Good. Yeah,
this year will be fine. Everything will be fine, Joe. I got a McCaffrey helmet right behind me.
There
one of these. I think it's this one right here.
There you go. Lots of toys. Welch has lots of toys there. And we'll be back on Monday to talk more baseball. That'll do it for us. But the story of the game goes on for the Welsh. I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids. And happy Father's Day, everybody out there. We'll see you soon.
Fantasy.